The case of Jones and Lipman is another instance of where the courts were prepared to pierce through the corporate veil. The facts of this case are pretty straightforward. So Mr. Lipman had entered into a contract with Mr. Jones for the sale of land. What happened next is that Mr. Lipman then changed his mind and did not want to complete the sale, that is, he was no longer willing to go ahead with the sale of the land as planned and as agreed. And this is important because, like I said earlier, that they had actually entered into a contract regarding the sale of this land. Obviously, since the contract had already been concluded, so it was no longer as simple for Mr. Lipman to simply change his mind, because that would mean that he would be in breach of contract. So what Mr. Lipman did instead was that he formed a company in order to avoid the transaction, that is, in order to avoid the sale of the land, and he simply conveyed the land, that is, transferred the land to the company instead. So now that piece of land, which was the subject of the sale, was no longer in his own name and was instead in the company's name that he had just created. So after having formed the company and after having transferred the land in the company's name, Mr. Lipman tried to argue that he no longer owns the land, and so therefore he could obviously not comply with the contract that he had formed with Mr. Jones. Once again, if you have already heard my lecture about the case of Guilford Motor Company and Horn, we already know that if you form a company merely to evade your contractual obligations, that is, in order to avoid some contractual obligations that you already are under, then the law is not going to permit you to do so. Therefore, as you can probably predict, the judge in this particular case found that the company was simply a sham, that is, it was a facade that Mr. Lipman was using to hide behind in order to avoid going ahead with the sale of that land, and therefore the court granted an order for specific performance. And once again, this term might be new for you, so let me elaborate. Specific performance simply means that the court is ordering the relevant party to actually perform that particular act which he or she was originally bound to perform under the original contract. And remember that specific performance is a remedy that is granted by the courts in those cases where another remedy such as damages is not going to be sufficient. Why? Because obviously sometimes in certain cases money is not enough, that is, the aggrieved party actually wants that particular thing which he had contracted for. So obviously, instead of being awarded simply with damages, the appropriate remedy is going to be specific performance of the original contract.